Coming at you live, covering all things professional wrestling. A show by members of the Busted Open Nation. Welcome to the Nation's Corner. Here are your hosts, the Nation's Corner crew.
What is happening, Nation's Corner fam? I am your host, Tony Justice, and I know it's been a while. It's been a while since I hosted. But I'm here in the flesh, baby.
Who are you?
In
Who are you? Who are you?
In the flesh, baby. Anyway, I am here with my cast of characters for the night.
Mongrovian, you're muted.
I'm going to go up to the opposite corner from me, and our resident ECW original, the man from South Jersey. His name is John, and we call him affectionately John in South Jersey. What's going on, Johnny boy?
What's up? Good to see you back in the host chair.
Yeah, man, it's been a while, dude. I've been busy.
Right. It's
Busy.
It's Terry, right? Terry?
It's Tony with a Y. All right. Tony with a Y.
Oh, it says it right there. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
My mind sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, our very beautiful, our very talented, the one, the only, the Debhausen. How's it going, Deb?
Oh, fuck. It's going good. I am drinking some strawberry margarita tonight. And because I know there's usually someone in the chat that asks, I am wearing a Supernatural t-shirt with the lyrics of Carry On My Wayward Son.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Or otherwise known as Kansas's one hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they did have
Dust in the Wind.
Dust in the Wind, you know.
Yes.
They have Carry On, and then all the songs not named Carry On.
You do have a point there. Yeah. And speaking of dust,
Point of no return. Come on.
speaking of dust, we have, that I haven't introduced yet, the one, the only. He hails from that island we call Mongrovia. Mongrovian Mike. How's it going, bro?
I've never smoked dust, man. That's bad shit.
No, I didn't say you smoke dust. You are dust.
Oh, old as
Yeah.
dust. Yes.
Yeah, you're old as dust.
What's up?
Yeah. Not much. Hey, man.
Papa's
Dude, I have to tell y'all, I am coming off of a high. And no, I'm not talking about a Rocky Mountain high. I'm talking about that high you get when you meet someone that you considered a hero from your childhood. If y'all see my hat,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, did he freeze? He froze.
He froze on his hat.
Oh no.
Of course.
Minnesota. What
Oh,
happened?
you froze there
Yeah,
for a second.
But it was
now-
cool
now
because
you're back.
it froze.
What
on-
happened?
It froze,
It froze
on-
when you were showing your hat, which was
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
but-
well,
but-
well, yeah.
good look. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all go. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.
Yeah. So I met Mr. Tom Woolpat today. He was at a car show
That's
in
what
Farmington,
Duke-
Minnesota, and it was called Mopars in the Park. And stood in line for, about an hour and a half, give or take. But it didn't seem like that long because, of course, I can't go anywhere without meeting some cool people. Met a guy ahead of me in line, and he was a lifelong fan of Dukes of Hazzard. Me and him were talking, and then behind me there was a father and son in line, and the guy behind me, and his name escapes me. I met both of them today. Very cool people. The dad was holding an envelope. And so we were all comparing about what we were going to have Tom sign, Mr. Woolpat, have him sign. The guy ahead of me had a figure, like in a Barbie doll box, and it was number 1 of 12,000. There was only 12,000 of these figures made, and he had number 1. I don't know how he did it. He said he just got to the store and got it. He was lucky, I guess. But the father and son, the father had an envelope in his hand. And so I showed, of course, my lunchbox that I had signed, and I'll show you all that at the end of the story. But he had an envelope. He had an envelope in his hand. And he showed me the picture, which is this picture right here. That is Tom Woolpat at World of Wheels, I think it's called. It's a convention in Minneapolis in 1979. And the boy standing there, which was the guy behind me, he was 5 years old in that picture. So he wanted to meet Tom Woolpat and have him sign this picture. And it was so cool, him telling this story, because it's like he had to get hold of his mom because his mom had the picture and said, "Hey, Mom, can you find this picture for me?" So she finds the picture. She gives it to him. He goes to Walgreens and prints it out just to bring it to this convention today to have Mr. Woolpat sign it.
Wow.
So we're standing in line. We're talking. I mean, we're having a good time talking, me, him, and his son, and the guy ahead of me in line. And so we finally get up to, and I had the script in my head, right, of what I was going to say to Luke Duke when I met him, right? I had the white paint pen in my lunchbox, ready to go. Had it primed and ready. Chad taught me how to get it primed, and I had a piece of paper. And if you don't believe me, there's the paper, there's the pen. And when I got about 15 feet away from him, I started priming it again because I'd already primed it outside. Then I started priming it again.
All right, you may
Ready
not
to
want
go.
to say primed it that many times. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, I primed it. I may have over primed it, but anyway. So I noticed
Got
that
pills for that.
I noticed that Tom had a paint pen himself. It was fatter than mine. So I put mine up. And so anyway, I put it back in my lunchbox because I didn't want to keep up with too much. I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous. I was nervous all day long today.
Yeah.
Not only nervous from meeting Tom Woolpat, but nervous because I drove my big truck and trailer loaded into that car show. And I'm going, and all these cars, classic cars, and people are walking, and I'm driving slow. I have my window down because Mini Stone Cold is out the window, and everybody's pointing and laughing. I mean, I had to show out.
That's
So anyway, I get up there, and so Tom Woolpat and Catherine Bach, because Catherine Bach, Daisy Duke was there too. But see, she had already signed my lunchbox, so I didn't need to meet her. I would have loved to have met her and shake her hand and say thank you for everything you've done. but I was working today. So
Yeah.
anyway, they had to go sing the national anthem. So we got left in line for 15 minutes. So he has a Bluetooth speaker playing the Eagles the whole time he's gone. And it was like, I guess, the greatest hits because it was playing Eagles after Eagles after Eagles. And so what do? I turn on my Bluetooth and I start trying to hijack his Bluetooth speaker, but it didn't work. I couldn't do it. But anyway, I tried. So anyway, we get up to he's there. He's back, you know. The guy ahead of me got his figure signed, which is cool. He comes to me. I start talking to him. He gets my lunchbox, and he slides it in front of him, and he picks up a marker, and I didn't even pay attention to what he was signing it with. I'm too busy talking to him. I asked him 2 questions. First question, or one was a statement, the other was a question. I said, well, I always thought you were the more sensible driver of the General Lee. And he started laughing. He goes, well, somebody had to do the thinking. And then the second thing was a question. I said, well, did y'all draw straws? You and Bo, did y'all draw straws to find out who was going to drive? Because it always seemed like Bo did more of the driving. And he started laughing. He says, no, but that's wishful thinking. And he gives me my lunchbox back. He signs my hat. And then I walk away. I said, thank you, sir. And he stood up and he shook my hand. And I was starstruck, man. It's just something when you meet someone like Sting. I got starstruck with Sting. So I walk away and I look at my lunchbox, and there it is. I had a white paint pen primed, ready to go. He had his own white paint pen ready to go, but he signed it in black. And when I first saw that, I got sick to my stomach because I had planned this whole thing and I wanted it, but after a while, and I came down, I was like, you know what? It looks great. It looks awesome because it's mine. And he personalized it to me, and it says my name on it, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And then I stood back and I watched the father and son meet Tom Wopat. And I'm just standing back and I'm watching. And I think he got a little starstruck too. But he showed him the picture and Tom looked at it and he was like, you know, just wow. And this is the finished product.
That's so cool.
It is a full circle moment to see that, for a fan, a super fan, to meet him at 5 years old, and then at 52 years old, get that signed. It was just amazing, and I just, you know, I'm so happy that I finally got my lunchbox complete. Now it gets to sit on my shelf when I get home. And the next thing I'm probably going to do is find me a case, a hard case for it, so I could put it in a hard case or whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry to bore y'all with that story, but I just had to tell y'all that. It was so cool.
Nah, it's cool,
to me,
man.
That was
to
a
me,
good
it
story.
just awesome. So anyway,
that's cool shit.
Yeah. So, John, I saw that it was somebody's birthday today.
Yeah. And for those who may or may not know, Bully Ray, amongst others, posted something earlier today. Today is the birthday of the late George Tejinos that left us way too soon. And if you don't recognize the name per se, look in any wrestling magazine for the past 20 years, probably more, 25, 30 years. Any amazing action shot you see ringside from any magazine, wrestling magazine, that's George Tejinos. He was a very, very prolific wrestling photographer and has absolutely iconic shots right up there with Uncle George, right up there with Bill Apter, and continued to shoot wrestling after they both had started to slow down and do other things. George was always constantly shooting wrestling live anywhere. Big companies, WWE, WCW, indie shows everywhere. I can't tell you how many indie shows I've been to in the Northeast over the past 20, 25 years. I would see him ringside shooting. And it's just, Khan left us too soon. Always a very humble, soft-spoken man. If you would meet him, you would never realize that the images that he captured are so iconic that it was just a very simple man that really loved what he did, and the industry and the people miss him. So happy birthday, George.
Yep.
Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yep. Cheers. I always valued, getting to go to the diner and spending some time with, Bully and Dave and,
Yes.
whoever else would be there, would go with us. And one of the last times that I went, to a Battleground show, George Tahinos was there at the diner. I know me, Deb, and John were there. I think Steve was there too. It was a small group of us, Chris, of course. But getting to hear some of the stories, of course, anytime we go, what happens at the diner stays at the diner. But to hear the stories, we are blessed to be able to be part of that conversation, just to be there to listen,
Yeah.
And George was a very cool guy. So happy heavenly birthday, George Tahinos. Rest in peace, sir.
Yes. Yes.
So last week, our very own Mongrovian Mike got to go to Double or Nothing Live with Andre and a couple of cosplayer friends of theirs. So how was it, man? I know you got some stories.
Justin and Bridget, aka Seth and Becky. And they did a great job as Seth and Becky, and that's why they won the WrestleMania tickets at Bully's party. But excuse me, it was so much fun. We didn't get into the last maybe 15 minutes of the pre-show, but we got there, and I mean it started out with a bang with friggin' Edge and Cage against FTR for the titles. And congrats to Cope and Cage. I called him Edge, but that's everybody. Everybody understands.
Yeah.
But the Rated R Superstar and the Patriot.
Tommy Dreamer says Christian is a dick.
And he really is, and it's okay, because you know what, he's Cope's asshole,
right?
He may be an asshole, but he's Cope's asshole, and they're
on that note, real quick before you continue, I was listening to Brian Myers on CVV, and he said something about like, oh, I'm gonna hate to say this because he'll find out that I said it. But when I was in the ring with Christian, I was like, oh my God, he is so much better than me. I got to step my game up. And and CVV said to him, well, why do you hate to say it? Why? And he goes, well, because he's a prick.
Yeah. You know what? He keeps the whatever that word kayfabe means, he keeps that up even with the boys. So I mean, you never like when, and I hope it's a very, very long time from now, but when he goes, nobody's giving him flowers. They're gonna be throwing dead flowers and shit. like there's not gonna be, it's not gonna be, oh my God, he was no.
And we're nothing else to be remembered for banging Dax Wheeler's mom. So
there's just gonna be a lot of upset moms out there. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
so anyway,
I just have one question, Elder. I mean, we all sat and got together and watched it on pay-per-view, and it sounded, first of all, amazing crowd as usual, but it sounded very loud. Was it?
Yeah.
The whole time.
It was loud. It was loud, and it was packed. It was sold out, and it was great. It made me feel good to look up and just see everyone in the it just, the whole place was full and lit, and it was raining outside and people were ready outside. It didn't matter, and that's all. Andre had the on his smartphone. He had the pre-show on for us to watch.
Of course, he's a producing giant. I mean, he's always on this game.
But I was, but we were there live for Mr. Plugs MJF. to kick, the usual kick Mick Foley in the
ding ding.
yams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what happens going forward with Mick, because it seems to be indicated that he'll be on the pay-per-view pre-shows with Renee now, which I don't know what's going on with RJ City. I don't know what the deal is there, why RJ City's not on it, but anyway. And it seems like Mick might be added to the rotation of the commentary team, which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And with the interaction with MJF, I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of what they do in the future, because obviously, they started a thing with MJF and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing like a couple years ago or so, Mick Foley said something about like he would love to work with MJF someday. So there's going to be a thing.
There's a couple of things I'm thinking about with Mick Foley, Deb. First of all, he could take a bump. So I don't.
We know that from Sandman's last match.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, I mean, the Invisible Man, what a dastardly piece of shit he is. But we know that Mick can still take a bump. Mick lost a lot of weight, and he's in to my like John. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's in shape. He's in Mick Foley shape to me, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's in
fantastic. He's in Mick Foley shape. So I mean. He's not gonna do something crazy. He's not gonna do crazy bumps like Sting did.
Yeah.
But
sorry,
this
popped me, man.
I could see him in a match. I could see him, tagging with Darby and Darby taking most of the shit. I also see him, Deb, also in commentary. I see him being on commentary for these death matches and hardcore matches.
That would be awesome whenever they do a hardcore match.
Just think, just like Danielson adds to like these matches with all the different moves and Taz does, and just like what's the other guy's name?
Nigel.
No, the one in the
Nigel.
No,
Excalibur.
Excalibur. That's it. Yes. Yeah. Just like he calls all of those, all the lucha moves and everything. But then
that's one thing I do enjoy, that AEW has like a rotating team for commentary. Like it doesn't need to be the same 2 or 3 people every week, and they have a whole bunch of people that are really good at commentary.
It could be special.
And we know that Taz and Bryan Danielson, like they need to kind of. Yeah, they have travel issues.
And also, with
they're not always able to be there every week. So it's kind of cool that they rotate in and out.
Yeah. And the other thing is, behind the scenes, he's gonna help. He's gonna help because he really loves the women's divisions.
Yes.
In every wrestling company, he always loves. So he's going to help them put together some sick ass matches. Can you see him working with Tekla and Stat?
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. It's
anybody
honestly,
in that company will be
from
better.
what I've seen, sorry, John, from what I've seen, like on social media amongst AEW fans, that is really kind of the only gripe that AEW fans have right now, is that we want to see more women's matches on weekly TV. Unfortunately, like Toni Storm is out, Mercedes hasn't returned yet, which I'm thinking that'll be imminent. But yeah, I mean, that's really the only thing that I see AEW fans like on discussions during the weekly shows.
It's
that we want more time for the women's matches.
It's kind of falling back to the 924 thing,
Yeah, it was doing better there for a while, and now it's kind of reverted back.
But
so
you're right.
They definitely need to add more women's matches.
and plus once Tony is ready to start coming back, then they're gonna start heating up about who was it that sabotaged her. Sabotage.
Sabotage. I was about to say that, you stole my thunder.
And that's why I think they've cooled off on that, because, they did like for the first week or two when Toni Storm first left, they started this whole mystery who attacked Tony
done
kind
it?
of deal.
Yeah.
And then it kind of cooled off. So I just figured maybe they're not really ready yet to continue that storyline.
I'm gonna say it.
So whenever they're ready, I'm sure that they will keep going with that.
I'm gonna say it right now. It was me and the Shirakawa.
See, I think it was Juice Robinson.
Oh.
Well, that might be the other reason.
Well,
He might be the
that's
other.
let's face it, folks. We
He might
can't
be the
say this
huge
all.
reason.
Come on, Tony is having the baby. Is the reason why she's not around. She's
We
having
don't know
the baby.
that. We can't say that. We don't know that.
Whatever.
Come on.
We don't know that. That's all I'm saying. We don't know that.
How you know?
How you
How
know?
you know?
Yeah, how you know?
Hey, really quick, y'all. I need to interject for just a second, and then we'll go right back into the double or nothing discussion.
Mm-hmm.
This little comment here, AEW is for Tony, not for you. So if he wants more guys, that's what he gets. I want to make a comment about. I posted a tweet yesterday. Busted Open was having a discussion about, they're always having a discussion about a criticism of AEW. I wish they do this. I wish they do this. I wish they do that. I wish they do that. So I made a little tweet, and I'm going to read it. Would ECW be legendary if they had listened to any criticism going around at the time or had done anything differently? I feel that AEW should be given the opportunity to be the alternative. Just my opinion. Just let them do whatever they do. If they're going to do what they want to do, Vince did everything he wanted to do with WWF/WWE. Let Tony Khan do. If Tony Khan wants to go on the way things have been going, let him do it. Because yes, we were all enthralled with AEW when it first started. It was the savior. I feel like in a lot of ways because the pandemic was going on. Yes, WWE
was AEW first started.
No,
AEW
but
started before COVID.
Yes, but during the pandemic is when AEW got because they were doing all this creative stuff. The Stadium Stampede was birthed out of the pandemic. The whole Sammy Guevara doing the cue card thing that was birthed in the pandemic. The Inner Circle, the Flim Flam. I stopped on the side of the road and did the Flim Flam in front of the Colorado state line sign. You remember that? That was funny.
I did,
but we did that. We did that.
I broke a hip.
but yes,
going back to the comment, I think it's not that Tony it's not that Tony doesn't like women or Tony doesn't care about the fans, because Tony Khan has made it perfectly abundantly clear that he wants to make the best show possible for his fans, and he listens to his fans, and he knows what his fans want. I think I think it's just another one of those cases where maybe he's just a little bit overstretched. Maybe I don't know, maybe he's waiting for, certain things to come in place so that certain storylines that he has in mind can happen. Who knows? The fan base has been very vocal. I saw it a lot throughout on Wednesday night and throughout Thursday. The fan base on Blue Sky and Thread specifically is where a lot of AEW fans talk, because Twitter is just insanely too toxic.
Dirty.
And the fan base was very, very vocal that the women's division needs more attention. Mm-hmm. So I do take exception to a comment saying it's for Tony, it's not for you, when he has made it very, very clear that he wants to give a product that the fans love. That's his goal, is to put on a good wrestling show that people love working there and that the fans love watching.
Yes. And it's like people expect AEW to do this, and that, like they're on some sort of timetable. I mean, WWE's been around for 40, I don't even know how long, 60 years?
Ever.
Just say forever. Just encompass.
10 years until he was the character that made him.
Yes. Just let AEW do what they do. You know, wrestling fans are going to watch. Wrestling haters are not going to watch, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But don't discriminate. Someone who enjoys watching a product, don't sit on your high horse and point down at them like you're better than them or something. No, I mean it's wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
just enjoy the product. Whatever they put on
The fact
the
of the
TV,
matter is the
enjoy
fan
it.
base
But
that
you don't-
watches it has really been very happy. Like morale amongst the AEW fan base is kind of at an all-time high. With, you know, even with complaints and gripes about wishing things here and there were a little bit better, or, you know, I don't like this storyline particularly, or I'm not into this character particularly. Most AEW fans agree that this is the best AEW has ever been. And I'll be honest, I see a whole lot of people since the start of the My AEW streaming service, and a lot more people kind of, you know, tuning into the show and checking it out. A lot of people are starting to go back and watch AEW from the very beginning if they, you know, if they weren't watching then. And I gotta be honest, I see a lot of people say like, you know, oh wow, like I'm watching the early episodes of AEW and current AEW is way better than what they were doing back then. But I think those of us that were watching then just kind of have a little bit of rose-colored glasses about it, because at the time it was something so special and new and exciting that I think we have a little bit of rose-colored glasses about that period.
It was
forget,
the
you
shiny
lost-
new toy.
Yeah, John,
Yes.
you lost.
And because wrestling as a whole was so blah and boring at the time, and then something came about that created some excitement.
I wish I had the Dave drop right now. Blah.
But what AEW is currently doing as far as character development, storytelling, production is way beyond what it was at the beginning.
Yeah,
everything's a learning process. Go ahead.
And the roster that they've built at the beginning, it was just a lot of indie talent that they could grab at the time. You know, a couple name stars like Jericho and Mox, but for the most part, it was just indie talent. And now that they've had 7 years to really hone in and build an amazing roster.
Yeah.
So a couple of points. Yes, in the beginning, AEW, yes. And then when Cody and the Punk, the Punk shit happened, that was a crack in the foundation. But they fixed that. But also,
and it took a long time to come out of that hole.
Yeah,
and it damaged their reputation significantly to the point where even after 3 years, there's a whole lot of people who won't even give it a chance and still kind of think it's the same thing as it was 3 years ago.
I watch it all. So does John. So John. Yeah. You know, you could attest to it because you're the quintessential fan. You went from ECW, then it went to ECW went to WWE and all that. Then you had ROH, you know, at the heart of ROH, and then you lost that. So when AEW came back,
Bret Hart is in the chat.
Guys like that post there was the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Will be, yeah.
That
but and
go ahead, John. I already set you up for
it. And you're right, but
you were salivating, and when you saw AEW was coming, and it was a hybrid.
Because it was. I was the same way when TNA came around originally.
That too, or when you lost
all that. Just TNA, because
yes.
WWE is that old pair of shoes that you love to wear because they're comfortable. You know what you're going to get. It's your favorite restaurant.
They're broken.
It's your favorite. You can always go back to it because you always know what you're going to get. It doesn't.
And there's always something they give you that you love, and there's something they give you that you can't stand.
It's that one dinner special they give you once in a while that keeps you coming back, but it's still it's comfortable. So anytime anything new has come along, and most fans nowadays, you all are spoiled. It's literally at our fingertips. Any kind of wrestling.
Every
you don't know what it was like trying to watch ECW. You don't know what it was like trying to watch Ring of Honor and fuck Sinclair. And I still say that.
Not the ref Sinclair too.
No, we love it.
Well, also to your point, John, or to counter your point, actually, about WWE being like old reliable. I think sometimes a lot of people fail to realize how many wrestling fans there are that don't have that emotional attachment or nostalgia, childhood memories wrapped up in WWF or WWE. There's a lot of fans and that's something I gotta be honest with you guys. It's something that sometimes makes me feel like an outsider to a lot of other wrestling fans, is that I don't have that childhood nostalgia and emotional attachment to WWE. I just don't.
Yo, you are an outsider.
It's
Yeah, but
it's just
Deb,
something, I didn't start watching until as an adult, and I started watching during the Cena era. So it's just, I was a casual fan until AEW came along. I was a very casual fan. I never really watched with any regularity. I watched once in a while. If it stopped being that interesting, I stopped watching for a while and then started watching a few months later. I never had that nostalgia or emotional attachment to it. So to you guys, like you just said, John, it's, that old reliable that you can always go back at any time. You know what it is. They know what you give you. To me, I don't have that nostalgia. So I don't have that attachment of I'm going to watch it because I always have.
mm-hmm.
And
But that,
to a lot of people, that's a huge pull.
right. But Deb, much like yourself, in 20 years, you may be the same way about AEW.
Absolutely. And in 20
and
years,
that's
there's going
my
to be
point.
kids that want to be pro wrestlers because they watched MJF or Will Ospreay or Darby Allin.
And I realize I'm the anomaly. I am the quintessential sicko. When I say I watch wrestling 7 days a week, I watch wrestling 7 days a week. Don't ask me about anything else on television right now.
What about NASCAR?
I don't even watch NASCAR on Sundays. What am I doing? I'm on Chill the TV watching
GCW
or XWE from England, because they're doing a show on a Sunday that's on delay because it's Sunday night there in England.
Yeah,
I watch wrestling 7 days a week and nothing else.
Yeah,
that's so my emotional attachment, and given for the fact that I am now, as I hate to say, over 40 years of watching wrestling. I first turned on watching television wrestling when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
8. I will be 55. I am in the class of 71, along with Dave LaGreca, Bully, Mark Henry, and Tommy Dreamer. We are all going to be 55.
Front row,
yes.
Right? Front row.
Yes. Within 6 months of each other, we were all born in 71. So I've been watching wrestling a long time, not to mention the literally thousands upon thousands of live shows and indie shows I've seen. Yes. When I say that I consume wrestling, I am the person that they say is consuming wrestling because that's all I talk about. And it's always been that for you being a newer fan, for Elder that's been a fan just as long as I have, or even Tony, who's not quite as old as I am, but still. It's more about the emotional attachment, people, and it doesn't come from one organization or even one wrestler.
Yep.
Right.
And that's perfectly demonstrated now by two words: Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, just in the past, we'll just say 25 years, has been a part of 9 different organizations, but yes, had one of the biggest fan bases in wrestling right now today at 55 years old.
Yeah. And also, you know what, Deb? Chris Jericho is a guy who had something over in the W. He could do the same thing. You just made the list and click the pen any place.
No, it's the best.
It's over.
Yes.
Even when I was a casual fan, and I was watching when Jericho had that run in WWE with the list and everything. I was watching during that time. I've had my Facebook bio line, "You just made the list," since then. That's never that's never going to change.
And who
I
doesn't
knew
have
who
a
Jericho
list?
was before I started watching wrestling. I learned who Chris Jericho was because in the days of VH1, when they would do like the I Love the 80s, I Love the 90s TV shows, he was one of the people
Yeah.
that
The
would be
commentators.
On the
like-
panel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
On the
yeah,
panel.
on the panel, doing commentary, talking about
And
whatever
besides, what's all this
stuff that they
wrestling
were
stuff you're talking
on the
about? He's the
show.
lead singer of Fozzy.
Yeah.
I knew who Jericho was from that. And then when I started watching, he wasn't on at the time that I started watching, but I remember when he returned. And I remember when like all he did was like come out and just yell, yeah, a whole
Yeah.
bunch.
Wearing that LED jacket.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many iterations of him at this point. And
Yes.
it's almost, to me, again, you know, I saw Chris Jericho when he was basically just a punk kid wrestling in ECW.
Yep.
Wow.
You know, and even then you knew he was going to do something, but you know, now you fast forward and now he's still out there putting guys over, making people better, and hopefully continues. I love this new run he's on right now.
I love it. It's the
I
best.
think it's
And the fans
fantastic.
love it too. You know, there are some people that thought that the AEW fans didn't like Chris Jericho. And I think that they were right.
Absence made the heart grow fonder.
Oh yeah, I
came
said
back
that about
and-
a few people.
He came back and they hit the first words of Judas, the first lines of Judas, and that crowd went berserk.
Insane.
And that's exactly
Oh, yeah.
why he was gone for a year. And I feel like I think I said it on this show. If it wasn't on this show, I said to you guys in Zoom. But like I knew the whole time that he was out, like Jericho is very good at reinventing himself, knowing when to end a gimmick before he's super hated, and knowing when to go away and come back with a new character. He's always done that. It's the pattern.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really enjoying it.
So,
Right.
so going back to Double or Nothing again, because you just reminded me of it. The sold out place singing Judas and singing Metalingus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sounded really good.
Deb,
On
I
TV.
swear, I'm telling you, Deb, I swear, I wish you were able to be there because
I got emotional during Copeland's entrance. I did.
I think it would have been. We would have felt like when you and Tony were at WrestleMania for that. It's like seeing certain shit, you know. And
Yeah.
It was just a special. It was a special thing, you know. I mean, it would be cool in a smaller place, but whatever.
Mhm.
But all those people was just
so before we move on to Clash, because we do need to get into the card for Clash tomorrow. I just want to say about Double or Nothing, about the main event with MJF and Darby. I was thinking about this the other day.
Sick.
And obviously everybody knows that I'm, a big Darby Allin fan. And I've always been a big MJF fan too. So, it was kind of perfect for me because it was, the two guys that since the beginning of AEW that I've really kind of gotten behind fully. And I was thinking about this the other day. For several years now, at least 4 or 5 years, I'd say, on my phone, Darby Allin's theme song is my ringtone and MJF's theme song is my notification tone. I haven't changed that in like 5 years. It's been the same. Now my phone is always on silent, so I don't hear it unless I'm in the car. When I'm in the car and I get a notification, I hear it.
I have been in Deb's car. I can
Yes,
verify.
I have too.
Yeah.
I have too. Yes.
Okay.
But it dawned on me the other day, and I was like, for the last, like I said, 4 or 5 years, Darby Allin's song has been my ringtone, and MJF's song has been my notification tone.
Oh.
So that tells you one thing about me. And the main event of Double or Nothing was absolutely spectacular and perfect.
It was.
And it was
I'm
everything I wanted it to be.
I'm wearing I'm wearing my Stadium Stampede shirt, and it's of course it was in Queens. It's the Met colors. So
Well, your cameraman, you need to fire him because he keeps trying.
There you go. That's
Stadium
better.
Stampede.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
he's
There
doing
we
the
go.
whole
Yeah.
like someone's hitting you with a chair
Put
or
that
something. I don't
cigarette
know.
out. Put that
It
cigarette
certainly ain't Stu.
Oh,
out.
well, since we're showing shirts, I never got to show mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
My Metallica.
Metallica.
I got this. I got
Where's
this
the
in
R on the end?
Metallica.
I got this in 2017 when I saw him at AT&T Stadium. Avenged Sevenfold opening up for him. So
Yeah,
Nice.
but
Nice.
that may be nice. That may be nice. But do you have a brand new exclusive like I do?
no,
You don't.
no.
Ladies and gentlemen, available soon. Or if you know her like I do, that is the brand new On the Hunt shirt. For the one
Nice.
only coolest wrestler you will ever meet. The ice cold killer,
Yes.
the murder gymnast, Lady Frost.
Yes.
She's cold as ice.
And speaking of Lady Frost, I will say this, and I know all of y'all will collectively agree with me. We love you. That's all that needs to be
We
said.
love
We
Lady
love you.
Frost. Yes.
She's great.
I've been thinking about starting watching MLW again, but it's on Saturdays at 6:05. So it's
Yes.
just
On
like
YouTube.
getting
Yeah,
on here
TBS.
to prepare to go live.
But some of us, yet again, are going to see her live at MLW
Nice.
Ah,
June 13th
Nice.
at the ECW Arena.
That's right.
be in
They're doing
attendance.
a big thing.
So I will now
Yeah.
have my brand new shirt to wear to that show.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Just
hell
make
yeah.
sure you bring a can of black spray paint, if you know what I'm saying, when you go to the ECW arena.
yeah. And you know what? Quickly back to Darby MJF. Okay, so when all the action, when you're live somewhere, when all the action spills outside of the ring, sometimes where your seats are, you don't see everything. Like during
Yeah.
the Stadium Stampede, it goes from us looking up at the screen and then seeing what's going by. Action came by me this way. It was one of the Bucks and one of the dogs came down the steps right by
Nice.
me and Andre and everybody.
You're lucky it wasn't Marina.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
She would have
you mean
stopped
this one?
Oh,
mid-match.
speaking of Marina, look at that. Thanks,
That
Andre.
was-
Yeah, well, same to you, Marina, because I got your socks now. Thank you,
Oh,
Andre.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, that's so creepy.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Hey, listen, she throws them out to the audience, and Andre kept them for me. I don't know.
Hey, I see that they're $110 on
I'm
eBay
not-
right
Good
now.
for you.
I'm not doing nothing. They were in a
my
plastic bag,
God.
you notice. They're sanitarily away.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So
We love us some
anyway,
Andre.
but I just will have to say that two of my moves for the night was Edge spearing was it Cash?
Stokely?
Yeah.
I don't
No, Cash
well,
through
he
the
speared
flaming
Stoke
table.
through the table.
Through the
Yeah,
flaming
that's right.
table. That
great.
was excellent. And also my move of the night was Darby Allin's coffin drop off of the lighting rig on top of the stage.
Yes.
Crazy
Because that
bastard.
everybody saw. That
Yeah.
was sick. And that is why, just
Yeah.
just a freaking great show. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And to button up this discussion,
And Kevin Knight sucks.
to quote the great Dipperstein from Cheap Pete yesterday, if you're complaining, you ain't watching.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to use that stupid word that.
Mage. Double or Nothing was made.
It was. Hey, man. Rosenberg,
Moving on.
Enjoy.
Moving
stay
on.
late.
Oh,
All right. So let's talk of some Clash.
Talk about Clash. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to say buongiorno. I believe that's what it is in Italian.
We have Clash in Italy coming on tomorrow, and I am not sure what time it's coming on because it's in
2 p.m.
Italy.
Eastern.
Afternoon.
Okay,
2
so it's
p.m.
one of those.
Eastern.
It's one of those early pay-per-views. So,
Yes.
Yes.
and we've got some graphics loaded up here.
Where you wanna
We've
start?
got. Let's start. I mean,
All right, I'll pick it. Let's start
yeah, you
with
pick it.
this one.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
great place to start. Huh? I think that Sol Ruka is was a great move to the main roster. I think she's finding her way still. I think that Becky's going to retain though. I don't think it's time to put Sol Ruka on that spotlight to win a championship yet. She's still finding her way.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think this is more to just get the kid over, and
Yeah.
just because she had that one little misstep a couple of weeks ago, but and everybody focused on that, but nobody should focus on that because we've seen it every single week. Pull that maneuver off multiple times. Saw her at the Royal Rumble, pull it off.
John Cena's last match.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's these things. It's silly. Everyone does it from the best down to whatever to the more green people. But
Yep.
yeah, Becky's a good one for her to bring her along.
Yeah.
And get her up to speed in the big
Yeah.
league. Of course, it is. When you think about it, it's true. They were talking about the other day. You go from a couple of hundred people to thousands. It doesn't matter how whatever.
You get a little bit of
Yeah.
deer in the headlights.
Yeah, exactly.
However, though, of course, I have to buck the system because when the match is over tomorrow, and new women's intercontinental champion is Sol Ruka.
Okay.
Because
is this a spoiler, John? Or
no, it's not. This is a prediction and probably will be a spoiler. Thank you.
How you know?
How you know?
I'll tell you how I know. Sol Ruka is a generational type talent. Nobody realizes that yet until tomorrow. They want that girl to be the next 10 years. That's your next Charlotte Flair for the women's division.
Okay.
And tomorrow we find that out because they're going to throw her straight into the deep end and say sink or swim.
And you think, and you know what? It's probably going to be a banger of a match either way.
Sure.
And I think it still sets up for future Ref Jess and Becky.
And that is always something to consider as well.
That beef that they have with each other, because even on the socials, they go back and forth with each other. So.
And I also want, speaking of socials and everything else, who doesn't love a good Becky Lynch meltdown like we've seen in the past, especially on social media when things don't really go her way or she loses? That's always been gold for whoever it is. Look what kind of star it made of Maxine Dupree.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So why not? You have SummerSlam on the horizon. You have King and Queen of the Ring on the horizon. You have
Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. All this stuff. They can do the title swap now, give her the spotlight, and then continue on with the story if they want to do that with Becky.
Right.
Speaking of future stars, look at Gabby Forza photo bombing me back here.
Yeah. But like I said, that's my thought is Sol wins tomorrow. So
all right.
Let's go to let's get this one out of the way.
Yeah.
I think they're going to open the show with that match.
Yeah,
I believe so.
I believe they said that this is going to be on.
This is the free pre-show on ESPN. Yes,
it's part of the free hour, first hour, or whatever.
So real quick, it's one thing. Like I just observe a lot. Like I just kind of sit back and observe things. And you know, in the United States, with the WWE PLEs being on the ESPN Unlimited app, it's almost like a pay-per-view again, because they have to convince people to pay $30 for the ESPN app.
Mhm.
Sure.
And so, you know, the way that they're doing it with showing the first hour on the regular ESPN or ESPN2 channels, that is in a way almost like a pre-show. Like
Mhm.
like a pre-show for a pay-per-view is giving you a little bit for free to incentivize you to pay for the rest.
Can I ask,
And
is there
that's
anybody?
basically what they've been doing here.
Is there anybody that's seen the ESPN Plus? Like, what else do you get with that?
No, because
No
I don't
idea.
have.
Sports, I guess. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because
I'm
I
a
don't watch
fluent
any
man
other
and
sports.
travel overseas to watch my pay-per-view, sir.
Save me
I
a seat,
think-
John. Save me a
I
seat.
think if you're a diehard sports fan
Yes.
and you watch a lot of sports, it's probably worth the money, because you can
That's
watch
my point.
you can watch all sports live on there. You can watch a lot of games. You can watch a lot of content.
That's
But if
what I
you're
was
not
gonna
a big
say, yeah.
sports fan, it's not worth the money.
No.
Why would you pay $30 a month for an app just to watch one WWE show every month? That's a pay-per-view price. You're paying $30 a month for one show.
And it's not that it's not successful, because the model itself works. It worked for years when UFC was associated with ESPN and with Fox. You always got the preliminary show right up to the main card for free. And more times than not, it got people to tune in and see it and get interested and buy them.
That's the point. You give a little tease, get people wanting to see the full show.
And even if they don't, you're still getting more eyes, which let's face it, this is all about advertising dollars, that we all love to complain about how many commercials. Well, that's why you have so many commercials, because they know people are going to tune in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
You know, so at least for that hour, they know they're going to do fantastic viewing numbers. So that's when they can go to the advertisers and say, look, you buy this ad for whatever gazillion bag of money dollars to do it, and we put you in front of this many people.
Can I just say something? I just want to break it.
No, you can't.
I'm seeing in the
Go ahead.
background here a commercial for Naked and Afraid. Like, why do you have a show? Why do you have a show named Naked and Afraid, and then you blur everything out, all the good shit out? Not
what does that have to do with?
Be naked?
I don't know what you're talking about and why you brought that up.
Yeah, but like I mean, you attract, you get people to go, oh, naked, and then they go, oh, everything's blurred out.
So before we go any further, y'all remember at the end of the Montreal Screwjob when Bret Hart stood in the middle of the ring and he went WCW. Well, I'm going to do something for all of y'all who do not know what we're talking about when we say we go overseas. I'm not going to say it.
You're not going to get us taken off the
There
air
we go.
saying it out loud.
There we go. VPN, folks.
VPN.
Get NordVPN. NordVPN. You hear the ads on the radio.
A lot of money for WWE, for AEW, all of it.
If you do not trust anybody else, trust the Nation's Corner. Get a VPN. It'll change your freaking life.
It will save
Trust
you
me.
a lot of money.
Yes. Onward and upward, John. Let's go.
Onward. Okay. Let's go to this one.
Jade.
Rhea.
Is this Rhea's first title defense since she won it at Mania?
Yes.
She's not losing it then.
Believe so.
No, she's not.
No.
If she does lose it, I'm sorry, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
There is nothing anywhere in my entire being that says Rhea does not walk out.
You have a point there, sir. You have a point.
But there's nothing anywhere in my being that says that Jade wins tomorrow night. It's a nice way to wrap up this kind of story that they've had between Rhea and Jade. Jade can get one last shot at the spotlight before fading back a little bit to work her way back up to it. Everybody has been waiting forever for two things. One, we got at WrestleMania. Rhea became champion again. Two, we're waiting for Rhea and Io. We're still waiting for that. And that's the plan going forward. It doesn't matter who they put in front of Rhea right now. She is not even considered to be losing until it's Io standing against her. Period.
I agree. I agree with Dirty. I think Charlotte's next up.
It could be, but the match. Everybody, the universe is waiting for Rhea Io. How they do it? That's to be determined, to be seen. But that's the match we're all waiting for. That's the match I'm waiting for. So anything that they put in between is going to be Rhea against somebody who's not Io Scott. And that's how I'm going to look at every single match until it happens. So.
All right. Moving on.
Next. Everybody get ready to strut.
I'm going to say Brock is going to come out on top on this one. Because I really think there's going to be a Volume 3 at SummerSlam.
Yes.
100%.
So I know I don't really watch, but I'm going to take the opposite just because I heard Riccacino on Busted Open he was on Off the Ropes
and this morning.
Yesterday. And that Busted Open this morning, which I didn't listen to, but I saw a clip on Twitter. And he made a good case, which got me thinking, and I agree with what he said. I know we're all so formatted with that format of, Oba won at Mania, then Brock's going to win this one, and then Oba's going to win the third match at SummerSlam. We're all programmed for that format. And I agree with Riccacino that, Oba should just dominate. Just do it. Just make it happen. Just do it. Oba should dominate.
If it was anybody else, Deb, I would say you're absolutely right. But it's not everybody else. It's Brock Lesnar.
It's the Beast.
The Beast incarnate.
I don't care about that.
And I not that I don't disagree with yours and Rick's opinion. You're absolutely right. The way they have built up Oba right now, there shouldn't be 10 men that can beat him together. But all I'm going to say is it's Brock Lesnar.
I wonder what Rick's brother Cap thinks of the Brock Oba match. What does Cappuccino think?
Oh my God, you're so
I wasn't going to comment. I was going to let it go, but anyway. But and yes, it would be very formatted and very WWE to do exactly what happened. Oba wins at Mania. Brock wins tomorrow night. They have the trilogy at the end of SummerSlam, which, by the way, is in Minnesota, where Brock was originally from.
It's Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota.
So it would be very formulaic and makes perfect sense for them to do it that way. However, there was a lot of other variables that could be involved in this because they had to do something because we all watched Brock take off his gloves and boots and leave him in the ring. And anybody that's a wrestling fan knows what that means. That means that's it. You're done.
You've been cruising all show long, and nobody said nothing yet, but I'm going to say it. GFY. GFY. All right.
I don't have to say it then. But, obviously they're trying to set something up to make sure SummerSlam is 2 nights this year. They got to sell tickets. They got to, so is it safe?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it predictable? Yes. Is it going to still be a great match? Yes. and so was the one at SummerSlam. But it is what it is.
Right.
So that only leaves one left, which is
Well, I think it's going to be a really good tribal combat match. I think there's going to be a lot of things at play. I think we're going to see a lot of plunder and pillage and everything else. So, people coming from the back. The Usos are going to get involved. Solo may even get involved. But in the end, we're still going to acknowledge our tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I just because much like Rhea, they just put the belt back on Roman, and they're really starting to build something with Roman as champion. I wish they didn't do this now. I wish they would have made anybody else and then brought Jacob along to get to this point, maybe a year from now or so. Something to really solidify Jacob as a top guy. But we're here now, and I'm just afraid that they're going to do this. Jacob's going to lose, and he's going to fall back into obscurity, which is really a crime because he's really just too good not to be part of a main event picture or story for anybody.
Yeah.
And to your point, I think we see shenanigans on both sides. Obviously, the Usos, Tony, but I'm thinking there may be some other people tomorrow night coming in. And if you pay attention to social media and some things that have been said and floated out there and stuff, like a certain person not taking any more bookings for all the independent shows he's been on. And
does his name rhyme with Godzilla?
It sure does. And speaking of the Samoan family tree, someone else along that way. Did you know there was another Anoa'i?
Yeah, the big guy?
No.
Lance?
Lance,
that's right.
has recently quietly announced that he is, quote unquote, slowing down on his independent bookings. So, I mean, listen, folks, we're all going to wind up with the big Samoan family backyard barbecue at one point.
Bring the mayo.
It's bring the mayo, bring the spam,
BYOL.
Coronas, and everybody get good and liquored up, and it's going to turn into a good old-fashioned barbecue family fight with the Samoans.
Though, like, I know, people have been fantasy booking all those, those particular Samoans for like 3 years now.
Okay, 3.
Yeah.
I don't believe it till I see it, pretty much. Like, how many times how many PLEs have we thought for sure all these other family members or the elders was going to get involved, and it doesn't happen. I don't believe it till it happens.
If we had to make a fan's guess, though, all the chatter goes to Zilla. I mean, all the uncorroborated chatter will be on Zilla,
especially because he's younger.
Yeah, and because he's actually, he's actually in the bigger independent promotion.
Right. He's the more prominent.
He's very talented. Name. He's just got to get his attitude together, it seems.
Yeah, that happens. I just want to say, God bless the Orange Cassidy fan in the front row, but Cassidy is spelt with a D, not T. So, whatever. How do you spell?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, that's been our Clash in Italy coverage.
One thing I know for sure is that I'm pretty sure that at the end of Clash in Italy, there will be 2 people that have a huge smile on their face, and those people are Sam Roberts and O'Shea Jackson Jr.
There you go.
You love their tribal chief.
Yes, they do.
Unapologetic.
Well, yes, they do, and they don't shy away from it either. Well, y'all, it's been a great breakdown of Clash in Italy and some Double or Nothing coverage
And
as
you're
well.
at the
So
meeting. You're meeting
We got-
celebrity heroes.
yeah,
We got
man.
Collision that just started. We got the GCW what do you want to call it? Not replay, tape delay of the GCW show that happened in Milan, Italy last week. That's
In
airing
Milan.
now. So
Okay.
got some good wrestling on tonight.
Yeah.
Collision should be really good. And yeah, onward.
Well, Deb, while you're on the mic, tell us how people can follow you on the socials.
I'm at That So Debonair, Twitter machine, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the places. Find me, follow me, click the link in the bio.
Do it. Johnny boy,
I
how can
am.
people find you?
I'm asking myself that all the time, but honestly, it's at John in South Jersey on the Instagram and the Twitter machine. And while you're perusing Instagram for me, you can keep up with the exploits.
There's that word again.
Yes. You can keep up with the exploits of the most dangerous weapon in all the professional wrestling. Of course, I'm talking about the Ass Kicker 9000, the AK9K. And you keep up with all of his exploits, especially now in Florida with his good friend Lindsay Snow at Ass Kicker 9K on the Instagram.
Nice. Mongrovian Mike, where are you at, brother? Hey,
I'm trying to do
pretty
what
good.
Deb does. I can't do it. How come I'm all spazzy when you got to go backwards?
Because you're dust.
Because you're not as good as me. That's why.
No. Nobody is. Mongrovian Mike. That's it, man. You can see me everywhere on there.
Heck yeah. Well,
Yeah.
take care, brush your hair.
That's somebody else's catchphrase.
Yeah.
Take care, brush
Shout
your
out to Uncle Bully. Thank y'all for joining us tonight on Nation's Corner. And as always, you can catch us all on the flip.
My button won't work.
Hit the button. It's only so long I can do scissors.
I won't let me do this.